Thunder taking on the Dallas Mavericks here in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. I've got Cason Wallace here alongside me. And Cason, you guys had a very rare stretch of a couple days off here in between games. It seems like it has just been a breakneck pace really these last 2 weeks. You guys go 6-1 over a span of 13 days in 7 different cities. How are you guys feeling right now in terms of just the craziness of the season?
Like you said, we had a few days off to get off our feet a little bit, so I feel like we're a little refreshed right now. Got a big game today, so.
Yeah, you guys have a Dallas team coming in who you're very familiar with, and played once earlier this year, played in the playoffs, and you're in this NBA Cup game. Tell me about maybe the approach tonight and how you guys make it special by keeping it the same.
Just coming in and playing hard. That's what got us through that last stretch. Just staying together, playing as hard as we can, and we got good results. So if we don't change up, just keep playing hard and keep doing the things that's been working for us, then we'll play all right.
Yeah, that's been the theme all season, is the defense and playing hard on that end of the floor. And we're seeing plays where you guys are just ripping the ball out of guys' hands. I mean, is there a recognition that that's a little bit special right now, the defense and what's happening?
Most definitely. We don't take anything for granted. So us playing the way that we're playing defensively, we're noticing that it's special, and we want to continue to be special and uncommon.
You guys are getting a ton of different types of defenses thrown at you as well. I mean, in that New Orleans game in the second half, we saw a ton of different types of coverages, really aggressive, trapping, all sorts of things. How good is that to see that kind of stuff now, so that you can start to develop solutions to it over the course of the season?
Just trying to build our muscle early for later on, like you said. So just seeing what works, what doesn't work, and if it works, keep doing it.
You're starting to build kind of your catalog of some of these elite players on opposing teams as you defend them more and more. One guy is Kyrie Irving, who you saw quite a bit of time on last season in the playoffs as well. Tell me about some of the matchups that you're going to have tonight potentially with him and Luka Doncic, some of these top-level guys.
It's going to be fun going out there to compete against them. Tough matchups, special players, but I'm not going to shy down to the competition.
Yeah, and they're a team, Dallas, who's really tried to block off the paint. They use their bigs to really try to patrol the lane. You've done a great job of just knocking down shots from the perimeter and then also continuing to play make. You had this amazing streak of assists with no turnovers. I think it was like 26 straight assists with no turnovers. Tell me about maybe the development of your offensive game right now.
Just making the right plays, being more comfortable in situations that I was in last year, finding open teammates, them knocking down shots. So, yeah, just keep making the right play.
And then just last thing for you, you guys all season and last year too, as you mentioned, being an uncommon team, able to kind of block out the noise, the craziness. This is a late tip-off. It's a national TV game in the NBA Cup. What's been key for you all in sort of being able to just maintain an even keel through all the distractions?
Getting to the 0-0 mindset, knowing that we want to be uncommon. So every game that we go into, we want to have a 0-0 mindset as it feels our first or last game.
All right, well, Cason, good luck out there tonight. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Cason Wallace. I'm Nick Gallo, and this is Thunder Basketball. This is your first chance to play the Mavs this season, but I know you're obviously familiar with them just over the course of time. What in your mind are some keys to making sure that you guys have really buttoned up as much as possible for the 48 minutes?
It first starts with those 2 main engines. Kind of got to get them under control. Kyrie and Luka. Then after that, just winning closeouts, finishing in plays, boxing out, rebounding, and then just playing our game, playing our pace, and just kind of going from there.
You're one of the few bigs in the league that does a good job of winning closeouts. Like you're a guy that can get out there and play in deep water, as they like to say. What's key for you in those situations?
Personnel. I think personnel, just knowing personnel, knowing your closeouts. I think those are the main things. Physically, I know I can do it, but I think the main thing is just knowing your personnel, knowing who you're closing out to, and yeah.
I know you were busy around that time last year, but how aware are you of the Dallas OKC series from last postseason? How much is that referenced around here?
Not much. I was in my own series, so it's kind of focused on that. I know it was a tough series last year, but in general, was kind of more focused on my series in that point. So yeah.
I guess from what you know about last year's team. I know Dallas is slightly different, but I guess what do you think OKC could have used against them last year? And I guess, with you, Caruso, like how are you better equipped to play a team like that?
I mean, I think what they were saying is some of the execution things. I think me and Caruso also bring something different, rebounding, kind of being in the league for a little longer, so just maybe more experience. But I mean, I feel like last year just probably some little details that we're working on every day, and so yeah.
You've taken a few three-pointers these last few games. Is that a shot you're actively trying to hunt out now more?
Yeah, I mean, it's more just kind of get my hand back to normal. I mean, that's been kind of things where I kind of still feel it. Just mostly just like the shooting aspect, free throws. Sometimes feel weird, so that'll come. I think that'll come. Just kind of get my wrist back to normal, and it'll be straight.
Mavs came up here in November. They really took advantage of the size. What do you think as you're sitting there watching that, knowing you're pretty close to coming back at that point?
I think just at that point, just coming back and helping them. I mean, I think I know I'm one of the best rebounders in the league. Just kind of bringing that toughness to the game, rebounding to the game, physicality. And so, yeah, there was something when I was watching I knew I could help with for sure.
We were talking to Alex yesterday, and he was just talking about how it's nice playing with a passing big man like you. What's it like on the flip side, playing with a guy like Alex that moves around the court like he does?
It's great. I mean, the IQ that he has, you always kind of saw from afar. But playing with him, very high IQ guy, knows how to cut. And for a passing big like me, it makes it easier. We kind of read each other sometimes without talking. So very smart guy, and it makes it easy to play with.
Second half of the Pels game, the way they kind of shifted their coverage on Shea, the reads they forced him to make, that was more, I guess from an outsider's view, like a playoff feel. Like that's not the last time you're going to see that type of shift in the team. I mean, he has his own reads to make, but I guess what are you guys doing around him to try to, ease life for him when he's in situations like that?
I mean, that was on us. I mean, I feel like it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, it was more just we didn't execute the way we should. We have to we have good enough players that even if they trap, that it shouldn't be a problem. So I think we were just kind of slow to our execution, and I think it was a game where we didn't execute as the way we should, and I think that was the main thing. We didn't execute, put them in a situation where he shouldn't be in to have those turnovers, and that kind of is more on us, just to be in situations to help them out.
You mentioned, when you're shooting, you're trying to get your hand back right, and you can still feel your hand. Like, what does your hand feel like? Like, what's the sensation?
Stiff. I mean, it was stiff. I mean, they said it would probably take a couple more weeks just to loosen up. So it's not like it's in like pain, but it's more just stiff. It's like if you haven't moved. I didn't move it for a whole month, and so it's just take probably a couple more weeks to just get loosened back up again.